No, I'm not gonna, you're kidding me? I can't get up there. I'll rip my pants. It makes the rest of it a lot tougher. And if I lose my voice here in a minute, it'll come back. Don't worry about it. But everybody can hear me back there on the donut table? Good, thank you. Save me a cup. I didn't have breakfast today. So. Guys, let me just tell you, first and foremost, thank you, Tony and Chet, and all of you that helped put this together, this office. This is one of the more humbling days of this campaign. And I know people are supposed to say that. You know, for much of my political career, I stood where you are standing now. This is where I started. In '91 as an intern for a congresswoman. In '92 as a volunteer in a congressional campaign. In '94 in the governor's race. In '96 I opened and ran the Dole campaign in Dade and Monroe County. That was a very lonely experience. This is what I did for the better part of the first 10 years that I was involved in politics. I know the work that it takes, the dedication that it takes, that there's very little glory. In fact, I was in the car yesterday with Anthony, who travels the state with me. We were talking about the McCain campaign and some of the experiences they went through last year. You know, I don't know if you guys have those, but we have like shouting matches at the polls. You guys ever had those? Or, you know, the voter registration tables. It's a lot of hard work and a lot of sacrifice. And I know that none of you have to be here. You are all here because you want to. And I am humbled and grateful for that. It's hard to imagine. If you would have told me a year ago that I would have come to Pinellas County as a candidate for U.S. Senate, running against somebody who wasn't just a governor, but who had served in office from this area for so long, and that these many people would turn out, and that we would have an office like this, I wouldn't have believed it. Nobody would. And I am honored, humbled, and grateful, beyond any words that I can come up with. There's nothing I can tell you today to express both my gratitude, my surprise, and how humbled I am by this, and also by the pressure that it puts on me, because this campaign is not about me. I know you guys like me, and I know many of you like what you hear about me, but I know it's not about me. You are not here today because you want Marco Rubio to be a U.S. Senator. You are here today and you are a part of this because you believe this country's headed in the wrong direction. Right. You want to elect people that understand that and will do something about it. Right. And that's what this campaign is all about. This campaign is about me. Even for me, if this campaign was about me, it would not have gone this far. You know, one of the things that's hardest to look, at home, I'm wrong 90% of the time, so you can just imagine it. I just took a small trip to North Carolina for 5 days, and I just refused to stop for directions. So I got screamed at for hours. I said, I know how to get there. And of course, it added 2 hours to the trip, but we got there. But anyway, everybody wants to win. Moral victories are overrated. I always say that it's true. And there's a part of you that always wants that, and I think there's a part of, let's be honest, there's a part about politics that appeals to someone's ego. When I first started this campaign, I had a decision to make very early on, and that is, why am I in this race? Am I running for office because I want to be somebody or because I want to do something? And that was brought to bear early on in this campaign when a lot of people suggested that I run for something else. They said, why don't you run for Attorney General, or why don't you run for the state Senate? You'll probably run unopposed. You won't even have to campaign that hard. And that was an important moment. And I'm glad that I went through what I went through early in this campaign. I'm glad that a lot of the things that at the time looked like negatives happened, because they forced me to answer to myself, why are you in this? And let me tell you that if I know that I'm running for the right reasons. I'm not sure I'm always right about everything. I know that I believe in everything I stand for, and I hope I'm right on most of them. I think I am. But ultimately, I know I'm running for the right reasons. If I was running because I wanted to be somebody, I would have run for something else. Because running, I'll clue you in on something for those of you that want to run in the future. Running against the governor of your own party in your own state is a very difficult thing to do. It's a handful. And there are days that are not a lot of fun. There's a lot of disappointment and a lot of unpleasant surprises along that road. But I am glad that that has happened, because it has forced me to answer the most important question that any candidate should answer. And that is, why are you doing this? Are you doing this because you want to be somebody? Because if I wanted to be somebody, there are easier things to run for. I know that I'm running because I want to do something. And that something is stand up for the things that I think have made this society the greatest in all of human history. You know, sometimes I was born in this country. I've never known anything but America. I've only traveled overseas as a tourist. I've gone to Paris and Normandy. I've gone to Cancun and the Bahamas. I think I went to Venezuela once for a wedding. That's about it. The only thing I know is America. I've never lived overseas. I think that's probably the story of most of you that are here. That's not the story of the people that raised me, or the community that raised me. I was raised by people that love freedom because they know what it's like not to have it. I was raised by people that understand, because of how they grew up, that there's nothing like this. That no matter what problems and challenges we face, and we face a lot of them, there is nothing like the United States of America. There never has been, and there never will be.
Amen.